Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising, welcome to your reading. We'll take a look at what this eclipse, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is bringing into your life here. Eclipses are a time of major change. This one is taking place in the sign of Scorpio, which is, for you, it would be in the 6th house. And new moons bring with them a lot of potential and new beginnings. But at a time of the eclipse, it would just be a lot of supercharged new moon energy over here. And this here is triggering the square between Saturn and Uranus, which continues the fight between, what has been set before, the conditioning we've had, and what we want to shake up in order to find more freedom and resources for ourselves and our personal growth. With this eclipse here, we will find some clarity, a lot of clarity actually, some of which are going to be unpleasant at first or disillusioning at best. And that leads to a lot of shifts. So the more we keep our mind open, the better we're able to process whatever comes here. So let's see what's taking place here for you. We have grow with the first quarter moon. So growth, that is nice. I'm going to keep this here. Okay, and we have begin, which is the new moon energy. So you're very much in sync over here. There is obviously new tangents and new opportunities that are here. With new moons, there are sometimes like a closing out of a chapter, or there's that resolution that you don't want to keep doing something that you have been doing, so you want to wipe the slate very clean and you want to start again. Okay. We have apocalypses. Okay, I'm gonna have to read this one. I don't remember, but let's see what we have here. We have broken ring with parting of the ways in either romance or business. In the 6th house, it can be, talking about ending a contract, so moving on to a new job, that is possible. We have July, so something coming back from July, something that had begun in July, kind of continuing the chapter in this journey. We have clouds and temporary problems. And this can be talking about the disillusioning moment there. And we have beetle, which is good fortune. So it's sort of like you're seeing both things at the same time. It's kind of like you're having to say goodbye to a lot of colleagues that you have spent quite a long time with. So there is that nostalgia. There is also the parting of ways. And it's not really the best when you've had good times in a certain place, but you have to move on, and there are some things, new opportunities that are showing up for you, or a new job you get, for example, and it's time for you to move to that place. So those temporary problems can be talking about that cloudy, kind of foggy type feeling. You're not feeling as clear as you would like. There's a lot of emotions clouding your judgment, something of that sort. But at the same time, you know that this new job or this new place is going to be much better for you. I'm going to read the apocalypse. Yeah, so this here is removing the veil of deception. The unknown becomes known and guides the way. Yeah, so for example, you've made an application and you have no idea of, whether you got that certain job or not. Especially like if you've made multiple applications, then it's like, which one did you get? Which one did you not? So you are going to get the final answers that you need in order to continue on your path ahead. And if you're beginning something new here, like with the new moon, it can talk about you beginning something at the moment, and that is going to show you the full results by July. Yes, it's basically talking about the truth being in front of you. There is no deception here. That's why the disillusioning, right? Neptune is ruling our imagination and illusions that we like to keep in order to make life very pleasant. And in that process, we kind of sweep a lot of problems under the rug as well. But with apocalypses here, it's kind of coming to the surface. You can't sweep things underneath anything. The truth coming out is just cleaning the slate here, and you are beginning again to grow. Okay, let's see your tarot cards, get some more details. We have the Explorer of Swords, Knight of Swords. So this is again that movement of making quick decisions, about how you want to proceed from here. This is also about taking a risk or a slight bit of, a test of faith, and you're taking on your skills and your talents, your abilities, your intellect, and you're trying to do something that is outside of your comfort zone. And we have 3 of Wands here. So there is optimism, there is faith, and you are being shown the way. Okay, so it's not like you're jumping into the unknown. That would be the Fool here. So you kind of know that certain chapters are about to close and that new ones are going to begin, or you're chartering your path to begin somewhere new, even if it's something that you've not tried before. It's really calling out to you and you're serious about pursuing it. We have the Lovers. With the parting of ways in either romance or business, this can be talking about making this major choice that you don't want to be with a certain person, or that you don't want to continue certain relationship dynamics, and you're kind of decluttering, let's say, from your life the people who resonate with the toxic mindset or the toxic behavioral patterns. It doesn't even have to be toxic, it's just not in line, it's not in the same vibe at all, it doesn't match anymore. Then you're like, well, there's no point in continuing this or dragging this, because we clearly have different dreams and we have different priorities, so I'm just going to go follow my own thing. That can be possible for some of you, but you would already know if you're one of them. Then we have the Page of Cups. Okay, and we have the Hanged Man. Okay, so on this day specifically, I don't see a lot of movement, but it is a lot of gathering of information, finding awakening, you're getting realizations, you're kind of meditating as well. 3 of Wands, Lovers, and the Page of Cups can talk about manifesting someone new, that you are finally having that faith, that outlook, the matching up of vibes, such that you're able to manifest your desired partner. It's as though you're understanding the concept of the universe a lot more because you're connecting with it a lot more personally, so it gives you a lot more faith to manifest other favorable things into your life as well. So it's not restricted to just romance and relationships. It can be like business partners as well, or finding the right people that you can collaborate with. You're manifesting your team or changing the way of life. It can go in many different ways. The Lovers is just making a very major decision, relationships being one of them. Okay, the Hanged Man also is giving me that you're surrendering to the process and you're allowing whatever is coming to come towards you. You're ready to go on what comes, but you're very open as to what comes, okay? So you're very receptive, and that's an awesome state to be in. The Lovers is also the Gemini card, which is yours, and that being in the center in this row at least is really interesting. That just bringing you into the highlight here, use your mind, your intellect, your communication, the things that you learn, how you observe your environment, and so on. Okay, then we have the 2 of Cups, which is again a union soulmate card. We have Ace of Cups, which is new love emerging, or reconnecting, rekindling an existing connection and deepening it to a different level. We also have the 10 of Swords here. So for some of you, it is leaving behind connections that do not work. And in that process, you also end up meeting new people or find yourself resonating with a different crowd that you had previously not noticed. It can also be that you're making new connections by leaving behind a certain place here. Okay, so this can be the transition point, or you're thinking and you're planning ahead. You're like, okay, so I'm done with this place, so how can I move from here to there? So planning for your transportation system in order to set up in some other place, that's as well possible. We have the Priestess or the High Priestess. Then we have Selective Shield. We have Optical Doubles. Okay. We have Bravely Market Your Magic. Yeah, some of you could be leaving a stagnant situation to follow your passions. You're expressing yourself more, you're putting yourself out there, and you're still new at something, but it just feels right. So you're just going to talk about it, you're going to be enthusiastic about it, you're connecting with other people in order to market perhaps. Okay. Then we have limitations, inspire innovations. Yeah, you're kind of breaking through from existing limitations. No stagnancy, thank you. Knight of Swords is like, I don't have time for this. Okay, I'm just gonna, this is not my priority. I know it, my head is clear. So I'm just gonna go for what I really desire. Okay, then we have intuition. Yeah, with the High Priestess, that's really like your intuition is super sharp at this time. And your dreams can be very vivid or revelatory, something that leads to a transformation. The limitations inspire innovations as well is talking about the transformation thing, like what happens within the cocoon, right? The caterpillar is transforming into the butterfly within. What we see is the caterpillar before and the butterfly afterwards, but within it is confined in its cocoon, and it has to find new ways of becoming a different version of itself in order to break out of its current limitations. Right? It needs to adopt a different mindset. It needs to forget about the earth, and it needs to move to the air element, and that's what you're doing here as well. You're taking a different look at things. It can be that for the first time you're feeling your intuition, you're understanding how perhaps the law of attraction works, or how you can manifest for yourself, because everyone has a different way of manifesting things as well. And you're kind of shifting your perspective so that you bring in the right things. With the selective shield here, it can go both ways, okay? One is that you're blocking everybody out and you're just staying within. That is that really rigid boundary, but at the same time, it can also be really porous, and it lets in all impurities and disturbances into your vibe as well. But in this, beyond this eclipse here, for the coming 6 months, you are going to be very selective about who you let in and who you don't, and it's not based on fear. Okay, you just have a lot different awareness, and you're valuing your intuition a lot more, and you're not only reacting based on past experiences, okay, because a lot of the past experiences can be repetitions of one pattern, but when we recognize that pattern, then all of that kind of melts away. And the people we meet or the places we visit, the things that we're drawn to is absolutely different beyond that point. So this shielding, this boundary is actually not just helping other people stay in or out, but also helping you up level your own idea of yourself. Since you have Taurus in the 12th house, there's a lot of, this is by going by rising sign, but even if you're a sun or moon, this is going to impact you anyway. And we have a lot of mention of the moon, so if you're watching for your moon sign, that's completely fine. Your intuition is just going to be fired up at this time. The downloads you get just cannot be ignored. So any activity in the 12th house really increases that dream state, and you might find yourself sleeping either disturbingly, or if you sleep very deeply, then you might get a lot of dreams, right? Either way, this is a result of a lot of background processes taking place, and the subconscious is going to be lowered at this time. It can give you a lot of insights and observations that are going to be useful for you down the line. With the optical doubles, it's like what seems very far away is actually quite close, and what seems very close is actually far away. Okay, it's hard to tell what is close, what is far, because everything is kind of warped and relative to our vantage point. But in the universal language, it would be that it is anything you wish it to be. It's the perspective that matters. Okay, then we have Sita. Okay, we have Durga. And we have Sahasrara. So this is the crown chakra again, and that is related with the High Priestess and intuition. That's where we connect with divinity. And we have two goddesses over here. So the divine feminine energy, once again connecting with the universal flow and the rhythm, and also the creative force that we have, the manifestation energy that is there. Everything material, everything natural is the divine feminine energy. So that is coming up really strong. So you can manifest quite easily if you are able to align your mind and your heart towards a certain goal. Okay, because the more aligned you become, the clearer it gets about who belongs in your space and who does not, and how much energy you want to be sending out and how much do you want to be getting back. So if you've shown like a lot of devotion in something, you've put in your passions and you've worked towards something, and this is kind of, with Sita here, it is talking about that loyalty and the sacrifices you've made being rewarded in some way. There's that good fortune coming up, so you have that air of blessings and protection. When we also have activity in the 12th house, we're divinely protected as well, in order to enable us to learn certain key lessons, and they kind of take center stage, even if we don't recognize it very obviously. It's a very private experience, but at the same time it is a really powerful, profound experience. Durga here is talking about having that fierce strength to be able to say no to certain things that you do not want to incorporate in your life, and also agreeing to certain opportunities and choices, even if it might be a little bit scary in the beginning. So it's sort of aligning yourself and doing what needs to be done with full devotion and loyalty to acquire the results that you really want to see in your life. Amazing. Okay, then we have your guidance cards. Ostrich, the choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. Yeah, we saw that wisdom with the intuition and the crown chakra, and the heart is coming up again. So using your cups cards here, it's having faith, it's optimism, and just believing for a moment that anything is possible. Then we have vulture, accept the inevitable, let go of the past, and welcome a rebirth to begin. Yeah, that's the new moon energy again, and eclipses really shake things up, and they just bring about fateful changes. So the more open-minded we are, the more accepting we are, we can allow ourselves to receive the lessons and the blessings instead of experiencing it as something really harsh. Okay, then we have, when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. Yeah, see, again, that selfless love, devotion, and connection with someone / something is going to bring in a lot more abundance into your life moving forward. And it is actually looking very good. If you have been manifesting someone, this could be a time that you have some fateful encounters, perhaps at work, because this is the whole 6th and 12th house. But it kind of doesn't matter really where and how, because when the 12th house is involved, it's just fateful, divine, it's serendipitous, it just happens, and you know, it fits, it's just right. It's kind of that sort of chemistry. Okay, let's get to Astrodice. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, Scorpio, partial eclipse. Okay, so we have Uranus and Taurus in the 2nd house. So your self-worth, self-esteem, your feelings of security and groundedness, that can be going through an upheaval. It could feel like an upheaval, but it's actually shaking up stagnant energy, so that you're able to recognize your own worth much better, so that you're able to establish boundaries in terms of work, your lifestyle, routines, environment, and the people you're involved with in that sector, right? And that actually helps you either come up with new income sources, or establish or make the necessary changes in order to make your money. Okay, bravely market your magic. This can be that stroke of genius, or that just intuition that you just need to go for it. Okay, you just need to go for it. This is the planet of the Great Awakening, and it awakens the entire collective. So imagine in the 12th house, there's a lot of spiritual information that you're receiving that is shaking up old foundations, but it is doing so with a purpose to bring you to greater alignment in terms of your self-growth and your financial and material valuables and resources as well. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the reading helps you flow better and connect better with the energy as well, so you can make the most productive use out of it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box in the comment below. I hope to see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.